Alright, hello. PvP is back as of today, so, of course we're gonna go in and take a look at the prizes real quick and then play our first five. And this is literally my first five because you see I've done 0 attacks. I haven't really changed my team, but I haven't changed my agent, but I'll show you what I have on my team. First, let's go through the rewards. So, this stuff's always the same. This gun, I'm not sure if there's anything past the feedback part, but it's got a 2-round cooldown, high chance to evade counters and follow-ups, which that's new, and that's pretty good. It's catastrophic, and it helps your allies who have sonic and ground attacks get falling debris, which is great. And if you have any delirium type people, it's also good because it applies some of that. Of course, that's not going to be useful against Karuth, so sorry, but internal bleeding's alright. And you can just keep doing that and stacking it. This suit is poison based, which I thought was a little bit weird. Because really, other than Karuth, who's really poisoning you? I guess, Angrier, okay, that's 2, and they're common, so okay, fair enough. That's decent. So you're immune to poison and bio effects, which means you won't need a techno-organic endoskeleton to survive anymore. And debuff actions drain stamina, which is pretty good from targets. And melee attacks get envenomed, which is good. You take less damage from damage over time effects, which is really good, actually. So that's a pretty decent suit from the looks of it. And the PvP hero is Beetle, who has a pretty messed up skill set, if you ask me. It looks like it could be good. We'll just have to see. So let's go. Oh, I have everybody 15 except for the Spec Ops people because I don't have them. Just a side note. Okay, so chance to follow up on single target attacks and ally single attacks. So that's, they kind of like that. That's nothing terribly new. Double class, she's infiltrator tactician. That's not new either. Chance to significantly reduce damage of attacks. So it's pretty much like the Emma Frost deal. That's what it sounds like, and she's flying. So that's not bad. But she's full of opportunity, because everybody's opportunity too, so, we just gotta deal with it. Neutralize impaired melt armor burning. That's really strong, and keep in mind she can follow up, so she might just automatically do that. Off balance exhausted winded. Wow. So pretty much this is like the damage negator, and this is the extra turn negator. So that's pretty much how you're going to choose between the two of them. This skill has disadvantage, and it's quick action debuff, which means this is probably what you're going to put your lethal on, if you choose to put that on. Otherwise, there's other debuff AISO choices nowadays, so you could probably just do one of those if you didn't want to hurt the cooldown. But you're not going to be using this often because it's a 3-round cooldown, so if you get it once, that's probably it. I don't imagine your fights go that long. And of course, some sort of exploit skill. This one starts on a long cooldown and doesn't exploit anything, oddly enough. You would expect it to exploit opportunity because she's all opportunity based, but no. But it is at least catastrophic, and combustible's neat, I guess, because one of her skills burns you. Alright, so we are running Death Locket and Cloak and Dagger for no particular reason other than I haven't run them before. So, Death Locket I have hooked up with Hair Trigger, of course, because she has multiple gun attacks, and the Rampant, because, Infiltrator. I don't imagine I'm going to run into a lot of Angriers and Intangibles in the first 5 matches. If I do, I'm just going to be mad. So I added Exploit Radiation here because this applies 2 stacks of radiation, so it's good to exploit, and with the Hair Trigger, it'll always exploit the first time we go. That's good. Grace just for restoring stamina. She'll be swapping stances pretty often, and restoring stamina is useful. Catastrophic on the flamethrower because it's AoE and you don't want it blocked. And on this skill, I put on increased damage for radiation attacks, which only one of them is radiation. This one is not. This is kind of weird, but whatever. Whatever they say. So now, take a quick look at how I got Cloak and Dagger set up. And, you know, these aren't like, you know, might not be optimal or anything like that, but this is just, you know, experimenting, messing around, seeing what we can get. So, we have, you know, Covert, of course, because they count as Infiltrator as their primary, although I selected Scrapper to find them. Because oddly enough, if you go here, they're not there. Whatever game. And then I took Distant, because I want a higher chance of getting critical hits, because their damage is honestly pretty outrageous. So on this skill, I just took more damage. I'm pretty sure I can put on something a little bit more interesting, but the only modifier on it is ranged. And if you look through here, it's like bursting, which doesn't matter to her, honestly, and aiming. Snaring, exploit rev, blah blah blah. I mean, nothing terribly useful. Lethal on this skill, of course, because if the fight actually goes on that long, I'd like for them to be, you know, not healing themselves. This skill, I just took more damage, because honestly, I just want this to hit as hard as possible. One of these is a... I thought one of these was Desperation and one wasn't. Oh yeah, Determination attack. Okay, sorry, I can't read. Finest Hour, all that good stuff. So if you buff her before she does that, she'll pretty much just blow somebody out. And this one is like the reverse. It's pretty nice. And you know, apply Epiphany. There's not really too many options there either that are, you know, currently available in the store. You could get Rising, I guess. Somebody had a skill that just gave you all the buffs. That's Blue Marvel. I don't have them. Never mind. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go in then. So we've seen everything that we needed to see. So let's do our first 5 and collect our fast wins. Because honestly, this is going to be really fast. Yeah. Ghost Rider, the guy who is not getting his worthy costume. Sorry, dude. We gotta work our way out of silver. I know it's disappointing for him to look in his PvP log and be like, level 300? That guy just blew me up. Well, you're 208. I mean, you're not that low. But you ain't have nobody on your team, so... Did I just click battle report again? I'm sorry. No, look, I look terribly excited, but I mean... I'm probably gonna just run this team again, because we're just gonna destroy all this. I don't know, maybe there'll be a half-decent match mixed in here somewhere. Okay, these guys already have way more health. Vision, Rescue. Alright. So, prevent him from moving. That's wonderful. Alright, that just gets rid of our Mystic, so... This will increase my damage output by 35%. I'm not sure why that's available instead of the daggers. What determines that? Oh well. It's still like well over half their health. Pretty much immune to ranged. Alright, and I'm magnetized, right? No. Huh. Okay. I thought that applied magnetized. I guess I was mistaken. Alright, well. I'm just gonna be AoEing these guys to death. Right now I have one of the researchers going and I need to fight Iron Man. The Spec Ops has been really annoying for me because I was trying to just go through it like a normal Spec Ops, but the problem is, like, the tasks aren't showing up for me all the time and I have to go through the missions repeatedly. Use up literally every bit of my you know, UISOs, and then I can't continue. So, like, you know, there's other people in my Facebook groups that have the characters already, and normally I'm one of those first people, you know, to get them. Did they swap it? I didn't check patch notes. They must have swapped it around. Fair enough, because that was honestly corny. But it looks like, just a preliminary look at the two. I think Jane Foster is going to be another static hero that you're going to probably want to play. Despite the fact that she's a scrapper, I don't think that's too big of a deal. Because she just has a lot of other stuff that's really good. Like a team shield that will shock people. She, you know, preemptively counters people who are, you know, static charged or something like that. It's a lot of really good stuff that goes along with static teams. So I think her and Shocker, or her and Beta Ray Bill, or something like that. Probably one of those two combinations I would probably consider using. You know, of course, hook up your agent with a static setup. And you should be pretty good to go after that. Invisible Woman teams are just really strange to see at this point. I mean, it's... I don't know. Let me just turn this on, just cause. Okay, dodge. Yeah, and they're nearly unhittable by ranged attacks. That's kind of silly. Like, when it's at a high chance to evade, I expected, you know, something like a 30-40%. That seems like 95%. I don't really ever see them get hit. Yeah. It's probably one of the debuffs. Okay. So... get her some crits here. Honestly, I just want to blast these guys. Let me see how well this works. Let's just shoot him. See how well the exploit is. Okay, that's not bad. And get our infiltrator bonus here. That damage was a bit wrong, if you ask me. That just kind of blew them up. But I mean, I'm you know, not in any sort of high league or anything. Nobody really is at the moment. I don't imagine, anyways, unless someone really just sat here and was like, "I'm going to do 50 battles right now." And, yeah, I don't care that much. Honestly, to do 50 battles in the first day. Regular suit Black Panther, although he has an ult. And Wolverine. There was a E-ISO in there where an A-ISO that's new where debuff actions apply vampiric, and I do want that one. So that's actually pretty strong. Well, not really super strong, but there's a couple attacks in here where I don't imagine anything else being put on them that makes any sense. Like for Hawkeye's targeting, you know, that could help him keep his health bar up. So that's, you know, something to consider. These guys are pretty much just dead. Alright. So I already have Infiltrator bonus. So, bam. Oh, you tried to shoot me. I'm immune to bullets. And that's pretty much it. Let's give him the laser, because we haven't seen that yet. Easy silver matches. I don't even know what's in the roulette, so we will find out together. Boomerang launcher. Okay. Last season's PvP items. Yeah, like, I'll probably buy some eventually. I'm just not in a huge hurry. And I think when I looked, I think most of you are probably aware, you know, the set, I think this time you actually have to farm it and buy it, which I'm not impressed with this set at all. I don't even feel like going over it. It seems very lackluster. But, let's see. There were some new things in here. So I have a couple of those. Those dropped for me. I think if I click it, yeah, it tells me how many I've owned. This might be decent, equipping, you know, applying ozone. I don't see timers on these, so I think these are permanent. I got one of these vibranium ones, but I mean, like, what does that really do for you? It doesn't really say. You know, there's certain enemies that are weak to vibranium, but it's so few and far between. It's PvE. Who cares? Restore health when attacked for protects. That's actually an older one, I think, isn't it? Because I remember that being in the last one, and I didn't get one, so I can get one this time. That would be nice. Your melee attacks gain charged attack, which, I mean, if you're running somebody who's not electric type, that's just kind of weird. If you're trying to do that, you know, lethal, that's not new. Mauling, I still don't have one, but I'm really considering one. And the rest of these look pretty much the same. Just making sure, yeah. Then, it's a couple character-specific ones, which I think these might actually stay in there. You know, making her Asgardian Strike a quick action is obviously really good, because that's the one that gives your team the shield, and it's an attack. You can proc static with it. That's pretty much everything you need in one package. Blue Marvel gives tactical protect to himself. I have no idea what that is. And all the rest of these, I believe, are the same. These are, you know, all hybrids, because he, for some reason, needed 5 billion of these. And there's also EISO, so Jane Foster starts combat with maximum stacks. So you can pretty much just open up with a lot of bursts without having to wait. That's good. And then Blue Marvel has one somewhere. It's Captain Marvel. He does have one, right? Not crazy. Should be on this page, you would imagine. Okay, well I don't see it. Which is weird. Maybe he doesn't have one. Alright, but that's pretty much it. It will be more interesting soon, I guess. The problem I have now is that my work schedule changed, and most of the time when I was playing PvP I was at work. So now I have a lot less time to actually do PvP at work. So I'll have to do more at home, which I usually play other things, like I play some League of Legends, some Street Fighter V, things like that. But I have to cut into that time now because of the changes to my work schedule. But I guess that's fine, because, you know, when you're at work, you're supposed to be working, right? You're not supposed to be, ranking up in Avengers. But it's usually really slow, and it gets really slow still at the end of my shift, so I'll still do a little bit then. But alright, I will probably try to record tomorrow, we'll see. Because I should have been in bed a long time ago, so I'm going to go ahead and go. See you later.